another episode of the Sunday Sundowners. Don't mind my voice, I'm a bit fluey. Uh, I don't know how I got sick. I got sick recently and I'm recovering. So please don't mind my voice for today. But today I've got two things that I want to share with you guys. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, of course, this video is going to be on Instagram as well as YouTube and some of my other platforms. You may have seen the picture I just put of me sitting in the garden, and I was basically just reading, reflecting, all of that. And I've thought about a way how I can make this video for you guys today. So, this week I finished reading this book here, Mastery. This is definitely my favorite book that I've ever read. I think it's safe to say so. And essentially, what this book is about mastering your craft. It teaches you, or rather, helps you and guides you on how you can find out what your life's task is or should be. From you're looking at your childhood, and after establishing that, going through an apprenticeship phase, getting a mentor, all of this stuff. And it talks about people like Henry Ford, Yoki Matsuoka, Frank Lloyd, Leonardo da Vinci, Shakespeare, Wolfgang, Van Gogh, Daniel Everett, so many different people. So I'd really advise you guys to read this book. It really helped me to at least get a clearer picture or an idea of what my life's task is. And I also then started to write a few notes in here about my ideas, what I think, how I can connect what Robert Greene was saying, who's the author of this book, how I can connect what he was saying to how I feel, how my mind works, right? And so recently I'm sure a lot of people know that I've been thinking about helping people a lot, whether that's through me sharing, the political videos on my stories, or having these conversations with different people. It's something that's been really close to my heart, and as someone who's studying accounting and finance, naturally I've started to think as well about things like economics. So seeing how all of this stuff affects people, and when we look at the things that affect people, of course it's ourselves and the choices we make, the choices that our leaders make, that have an impact on our lives, but it also has an impact on so many other things like all this life around me. And that's actually something that I was writing today, just because I spend a lot of time sitting in this garden, and you know, I I I realized quite a few things which are quite interesting. And I was looking at the plants, and I said, I don't know how I can. I'm not gonna walk around and show you guys everything, but some plants are red, like the dark red. Some are pink. Some are like have pink stems and green leaves. Some are spiky. Some are shaped like a heart. Some have a waxy like texture. Some grow horizontally. Not horizontally. They grow vertically. Like I don't know. I'll try to put a picture out, but some grow vertically. Some are soft, some are hard, some are spiky. Basically, in all their diversity and variety, they have a certain beauty to it when they're put together, right? That's the whole purpose of a garden, at least in the eyes of humans, to put as many different plants and flowers and trees together that make something beautiful. That is, let's say, the bigger picture. And now, if we look at the world at large, we see that some people are doctors, some are chefs, some are plumbers, whatever. And traditionally, historically, people would just focus on their individual industry. But over time, people have come to see that there's a need to look at things from a wider perspective. And the one thing that everyone has in common is a desire for positive outcomes, fair outcomes for all. That's why you see a lot of things like the UN SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. You see a lot of corporate social responsibility these days, ESG, environmental, social, and governance factors being taken into consideration. And so I'm studying accounting and finance, right? And I started asking myself, how can I contribute positively to the world, to the country, to my community? How can I just do good through the field that I'm in? And combining that with my interest in wanting to do good for all, I then came across what we call impact investing. And basically, that's, usually investing, we typically look at return and risk. But with impact investing, people are now considering what impact does your investment have. And that's something that I'm really taking into consideration these days. So, organizations like the World Bank, the IFC, those start to appeal to me quite a bit. Also, looking at industries like agriculture, renewable energy, infrastructural development, financial services. Those are the four main industries I'm particularly interested in, and I want to see how I can do good in those sectors, because COVID showed me at least that, with those are the only services that were, still really functioning normally, the quote unquote essential services, so to speak. So yeah, that's basically my reflection for today. Um, I encourage you guys to pick up this book, Right Here Mastery, by Robert Greene. I'll see if I'll, maybe speak a little bit more on particular chapters or sections of the book that caught my caught my eye. But yeah, I was just reflecting on how I can combine what I'm studying with my with like my inclinations, who I am. And so I was actually then researching even more and came across, these terms like biodiversity, ecology, things like that. And I think if we look at it as Zimbabweans, I mean, it's on our flag. The green is for vegetation. We know we're blessed with such resources, this weather. And so I've always enjoyed the outdoors since I was a young child. So combining who I am, the things I'm interested in, the things I'm studying, those that know me know I'm very curious. Putting all of these things together and just consistently and persistently asking why, and digging deeper has helped me to at least think for now that impact investment within the world of finance is where I'm supposed to be. And that's the product of my reflection today. So this is why I encourage people to reflect, because I don't know how else I would have come to these insights or these thoughts if I hadn't deliberately sat down and said to myself, let me think about this. What is this? What is that? And having conversations with so many different people. So I don't know how many minutes this is today. I think I've probably gone overboard, but so be it. It is what it is. I'm enjoying my holiday right now back home in Zim, my grandmother's lovely garden. And yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter as well. Uh, and I really do hope that you guys sit down and reflect. The template is up on my Instagram. Usually it's on my story every Sunday. If it's not on my story, you can just check my highlights there on Instagram. But for those that won't do it, the template is simple: reflect, refresh, restart. Ask yourself what you did well, what you didn't do so well, why things went the way they did, where you can improve, and then what you're going to do in the coming week. Tomorrow's Monday. What are you going to do differently to improve? Reflect, refresh, get it out of your system, start again. Start from zero, start from scratch again, and refresh. So, reflect, refresh, and restart. Sorry. So, I hope you guys all have a good week. Restart today. Start your week on a high note. Please do sit down and reflect, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I'll see you guys again next week Sunday with another episode of the Sunday Sundowners. Cheers.